Welcome back. Now, first of all, I have a small request to make. If either AK or Fury Machine Gaming are watching this video, please stop what you're doing and sit down. Do not continue watching this video if you are not seated. The reason for that is I'm about to make an announcement. I don't want either one of you to faint and fall over and hit your head on something as a result of what I'm about to say. So, in today's video, we're doing forestry. Yeah, glad you were sitting down for that. So, yes, we're going to do some forestry today, but just as I do farming in my own unique way, I also do forestry in my own unique way. Now, I know that when Fury Machine Gaming does forestry, the last map he was doing it on, he started off by limiting himself to cutting down only 100 trees a day, and then he changed that later on and started limiting himself to only cutting down 1,000 trees a day. So, following in the same sort of vein of having limitations, I'm going to limit myself to only cutting down 1 tree per day. Now, you'll see that we've already got a chainsaw in the back of the ute there, ready for this forestry mission. So we'll just grab that. There we go, 1 chainsaw. Now, can I open the gate while holding the chainsaw? Or do I need to put it down? I think I need to put it down. Yeah, and then we can pick it up again. Okay. Let's go find a suitable tree. This one here looks like a good candidate. Okay. Can that one be cut down? Or maybe that one can't. So this is what happens when you don't sort of put a lot of planning into your video before you do it. This one can, so we'll do this one. Okay, now, the next step is take the said branches off. And this is why it's going to take me a lot longer to do a tree than it takes Fury Machine Gaming. Because when we cut down a tree like this, we're doing it for firewood. So I'm just leave all the end bits here. Right, yeah. Okay. Okay. And is it last one? There you go, so very pickle. And what we'll do is we'll carry all the wood. Okay, I'm getting completely lost now. Where's the gate out of here? Somewhere along here perhaps, or along here, on these edges. Oh, here we go, there's the gate. Something you wouldn't want to do in real life is carrying hunks of wood around when you're completely lost, don't even know where the gate is. So just coming over here, there we go again, okay. Oh, we've got 2 bits there, caught on each other. That's okay, just makes them a bit quicker to carry them. Oh, actually I better chop that one up a bit more. I do not recommend that you chop firewood while it's sitting in your trailer. For all those watching at home, everyone knows, do not try this at home things. Still not seems very well, but see if I can get it just a bit better now. Come on. That one's too long to fit in the trailer. Okay, I can go there, and then this one. Why is that one not moving? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, okay, that will do the trick. And throw that one in the trailer. Now, I did mention to AK that I might get my wife to talk on one of the future videos and tell her side of the story about how she knew I was the one, and I'm having a bit of trouble talking her into that at the moment, so that video may or may not come to pass. I'm not sure, but we'll give it a go anyway. And in the meantime, I thought another thing that he had asked me about, I'll just lose this bit of with the leaves on it. I don't need that bit. Oh, come on. There's a branch with the leaves going on it still. Oh. So this is why I don't do forestry. I can never get things right. Oh, that seems right. No. Come on. I don't know what I'm meant to be cutting there to get rid of those last few leaves there. Is it that? No, it's concentrating on the wrong branch there. You see, that's the big branch. I want the one below that one. Maybe that one. Right, that was it. Yep. And in fact, if I do cut this branch here a bit, then that branch might fit in the trailer better. Okay, I think there's one more that I left over there. Go and grab that last one. Where was I? I'm sure I saw another one there. No, maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. I thought I had, but I've obviously got it all. Oh. No. Maybe I should have done a couple of trees instead of just one. I shouldn't start off this video by saying I was going to limit myself to one tree a day, because see how full the trailer is. Not really very. Although I don't want to run out of time to drop them off. Anyway, the other thing said I'd mention, no, I am going to do another tree, stuff it. The other thing I said I was going to mention in an upcoming video was about after school jobs in New Zealand. So, I'm not really sure if they're the same as in the States or not. Obviously I've never ever lived in the States. My experience of after school job in the States would be based on what was the name of the movie? The one about dancing, and I cannot remember the name of the movie now. Very, very, very famous movie from the 80s in the States, set in a country where a boy named Ren got moved by his mother to the country. I cannot for the life of me think of the name of that movie though, but I'm sure you all know the one I'm talking about. And so he goes to live in a country place, and I'll move that as well, it'll make the tree fall over. There we go. No, it's going to stay up. Oh no, there we go. There we go. And he got a job in a feed store. Well, okay, I'm going to talk here about New Zealand. Certainly, I'm a city boy. We certainly couldn't get jobs in feed stores or anything like that when you were a city boy. So back in my day, so when I was looking for after school jobs, there were a couple of different options. One option was to get a milk run. Now the milk runs paid about $20 a week, or it might have even been $30 a week. It was either 20 or 30, and my mother refused to let us kids get a milk run. She absolutely refused it, which we were really, really annoyed about at the time. And the reason we were annoyed about it is because it paid so much more than the other option of an after-school job. But the reason she wouldn't let us get a milk run is because she knew of other boys that had got milk runs when they were younger, and it completely and totally screwed their backs, and they had back problems for the rest of their lives. So in actual fact, although back when we were reasonably young, $30 seemed like such a lot of money, and you certainly didn't want to uh, give up a job that, not do a job that was going to pay you $30 a week. Looking back now, I'm very, very glad that my mother put down her foot about that, because quite frankly, spending the rest of your life having back problems just so you could earn $30 a week as a young lad would not be a good deal at all. So the other option on after school jobs when I was young was getting a paper run. Now, and I got a paper run, and it paid about $12 a week, so it was considerably less than what a milk run paid, which is why I wasn't too happy about not being able to do a milk run at the time. But looking back now, I realise that, of course, my mother did actually have our best interests at heart. Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm going to get all these bits in the trailer, but I'll get a few of them in. But of course, kids nowadays, they don't get milk runs or paper runs, because milk doesn't get delivered to the door. Well, it certainly doesn't here in New Zealand. You have to go to the shop to buy milk. It used to come in glass bottles back in the day, but that, of course, is long, long gone. And even papers, people don't tend to buy newspapers anymore, so therefore kids can't get paper runs. So nowadays, what kids tend to do is they get jobs either at the local supermarket at the checkout or at the local service station. And it's because of that I actually really, really dislike these self-checkout options that you get in the supermarkets and things. The reason I dislike that is it's doing young kids out of the opportunity to get an after-school job. Because when you've got self-checkout, you don't need to hire people to do checkout jobs. And I think it's through doing after-school jobs that kids learn to have a good work ethic, which will serve them well for the rest of their life. So, yeah, whenever you've got a shop, a supermarket, whatever, where you've got a choice of using self-checkout or not using self-checkout, if they still have some of the old checkouts left as well, I tend to not use the self-checkout. And the reason why is because I want young people to be able to get jobs so that they can get work experience before they enter the proper workforce sort of thing. Because I honestly believe that it's when you're a young lad or lass that you learn to have a good work ethic. And if you don't pick it up as a young'un, then you'll go your whole life without ever having a good work ethic. And I've lost the gate again, haven't I? It's somewhere over here, I think. But yeah, there it is. Okay. That might be us, so you have to get the chainsaw out again for that one. Does it land in the... excuse the boom that keeps on coming up, it's because that's also a mouse triggered thing. Okay, so that should be us there. I'll just put some straps on now, and then we'll go and sell the firewood. So yes, as a result of I think a lot of teenagers, young teens and things don't have the opportunity to get after school jobs anymore because of things like self-checkout, and it prevents them from being able to learn to have a good work ethic before they hit the workforce for good. So it's not something I'm in favour of. That's alright. Okay. So you can really feel the weight on this truck with that trailer full of wood, even though it's probably not really that heavy. It really, you have to use the throttle a lot more to get the truck to move now. I'll say that. And you'll notice that the trailer I'm using at the moment is my old farm truck. So this farm here is the only one that I've got that's set in modern days. So I've got the modern farm truck that's pulling a trailer that's made from what's left of the old farm truck. Okay. In there, one more gate to close, and then we can head off. Come on. I can never remember with these, because I'm changing map all the time, whether some maps you have to go and stand over by the gate to close it, and other ones you've got to stand where the gate would be when it is closed, in order to close it. And this is a stand where the gate would be if it was closed one. But yes, I always, because different maps work differently in that way, I always forget when I'm changing maps all the time which one I'm on. Now, I actually jumped on this map today, especially to do this forestry video. And it's because two of my friends, AK and Fury Machine Gaming, were giving me a bit of stick in one of the comment sections about forestry, so I thought, aha, I'll get you guys back, I'll do a forestry video. But I've actually gone back to Belly Spring Farm again. I've been doing Belly Spring the last couple of days when I haven't been filming, but there's no forestry area that I wanted to do in Belly Spring. Now I'm pretty sure, let's turn it on for a second, turn on the, go down to here, it's interactive zone markers, I think I want. No, maybe it's info trigger, it's one of those two. Oh, okay, it's over there. I thought it was between those two files. That's alright, we can turn those off again. I like to keep them off. And we'll turn the truck around and back up to that other gate there to unload the firewood. But yeah, so when I do forestry, it's a wee bit different from how Fury Machine Gaming does it, and that I like to do little bits of firewood like that. You don't make very much money doing it that way, but that suits me just fine, because I don't want to be making loads and loads of money from my forestry. Now if I take these straps off, like yay, come on. Yeah, am I going to get that? Oh. Come on, I need that middle one to come on. There we go, that was it. Yep, and then picking up the firewood, I should be able to dump it down there somewhere in order to sell it, according to that eye mark. This video is getting a bit long now, so I might sell it all off video because I don't want this video to go for too long. But thank you for joining me today while I did a forestry video. Thanks. Bye.